Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to Earls Colne in Essex. This is Earls Colne Airfield from Burning Blue Design. This is their latest scenery, and these guys are bringing out really high quality scenery at a rate that is just phenomenal. And this is no exception to that rule. It's a really interesting place to fly in and out of. I've not been here in real life. But as always, Burning Blue bring places like this absolutely to life. And if you have been here, if you've flown from here, it would be really interesting to see what you think. So please do leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. So Earls Colne is formerly RAF base, also used, or mainly heavily used actually, originally by the American Air Force during World War II. It was a bomber station. It saw B-17s. It saw Marauders. And then after the United States Army Air Force had finished with it and they'd moved a little bit further up and east, it was used by the Royal Air Force, and the RAF were flying Armstrong Whitworth Albemarles and Handley Page Halifaxes out of here. So it's as with a lot of the Burning Blue choices for modelling, it has a history going back some time, and it really does have a lot of life to it. So it's great that they give it the treatment and put all these bits and pieces in there, and they've even included the memorial, which is great to see. After the war, Earls Colne Airfield was used as really a storage and maintenance facility. But it was closed eventually in 1946 and put up for sale. It was bought by a private company, used for a variety of purposes, industrial estate, used as a film and TV location, and some of the buildings, including the control tower and the hangars, are still standing and are used for various business and industrial purposes. In recent years, there have been efforts to preserve the history of Earls Colne Airfield and to commemorate the role it played during World War II. A group of volunteers, the Earls Colne Airfield Preservation Society, have been working to document the history of the airfield and to create a lasting memorial to those who served here. Today, Earls Colne Airfield is home to the Anglian Flight Centre, the Anglian Warbirds, and the Essex and Hertfordshire Air Ambulance. So I'm going to read you the list of what's actually in this package. I'm taking the words straight from Burning Blue Design so that I get it absolutely correct. So what have we got? We have got over 80 custom 3D objects, each with full physical based rendering, PBR, textures, based on the 2023 layout with accurate runway, taxiways and custom taxi signs. Full night lighting with runway lights and accurate API. Animated hangar doors which close at night. They open manually with the taxi lights. Parking spot 25, that is. Completely custom windsock and dynamic animated flags. Animated spectators. In the past, some of the Burning Blue spectators have been fixed, and I actually got a bit of a shock when I was sitting there, when I was doing some, just looking at some angles and that sort of thing when I was putting this video together initially, and I saw them moving and I thought, wow. So there you go. I thought I was seeing things at the moment. I thought my coffee was a bit too strong. Right, back on track. What else have we got? Real-life static aircraft seen at Earls Colne, Anglian Flight Centre Cessna 172 Skyhawk, Golf Echo Charlie Alpha Kilo, Anglian Flight Centre Robin HR 200, Golf Echo Charlie Alpha Papa, the 86 Harvard 2A of Anglian Warbirds, and Essex and Herts Ambulance MD Helicopters MD 902, Explorer, Golf Echo Hotel Echo Mike, Ford Ranger fire and rescue truck, high-resolution colour-corrected ground textures, enhanced local surroundings including the RAF and USAAF War Memorial, the Essex 18-hole golf course and driving range, local industrial estates and luxury lodges. Now I should say pay attention, because at the end of this video there will be a competition, and we'll be giving 3 copies of Earls Colne away. So watch through the video. So we're going to be taking the Mark 9 Spitfire. This is the latest update from FlyingIron. It's an absolute beauty, so we're going to be talking a little bit about that. This repaint is by Sprawl, who is a member of the Dreams of Wings Discord community, and he developed this repaint for the community. It's not a personal repaint, anyone can fly it, and he's done a cracking job with it. I'll put a link to the Discord down below. We do group flights, share screenshots, talk aeroplanes. Really is a great bunch of people. Anyway, let's get flying. Well, I am certainly looking forward to this flight. It should be very pleasant indeed. Short enough to hold your attention and long enough to have a bit of fun. Right, let's get going. So first of all, check that the parking brake is on, which it is. Just going to close the door. Leave it on the latch so that the canopy doesn't come flying forward as we move around. I'm just going to make sure my controls physically are linked, and they are. Moving the throttle forward has just flicked our little switch there that shows us the gear position, and also in the sim kind of acts as a battery. Let's have the fuel cock open, and we'll pump up some pressure until the red light goes out. Usually takes about 14, and I don't think the latest update has changed that. I'm just going to give it a few extra just to be sure. Let's now see if we can get the mouse in the right place. 1, 2, 3, 4, come on, 5, 6, 7, and 1 for luck. Mags on. Quick look around. Hang on, what did I see there? Mags on. Come on. Quick look around. Clear prop. Nice. Close that, and also make sure that the primer is locked. Quick look in T's and P's, everything's good. Okay, let's now have pitot heat on and fuel pump. Just check that we've done that, yeah. Okay, let's go. So, just quickly checking over here. So we've got ever so such a slight wind, 2 knots from 269. So we will be careful and obey all that. Now, we've got this beautiful differential braking steering now in the Spit, which requires a little bit more care. I'm just going to make sure I miss those. It's a little bit tight. So we're steering using the brake or prop wash over the rudder by raising the throttle a little bit. This is much more realistic and requires a bit more care and attention than the old kind of GTA style that we had before, but it's great that FlyingIron have brought that into this new update, which I have to say is a pretty fine update. They really have brought some really nice realism to the Spit. Just watching the old wingtip there. This is quite a narrow taxiway, and just added more life to it. There's the T6. Concentrate on your taxiing, my friend. Just wary of those trees with the wingtip. I've got Rex AccuSeason installed, so if you don't have that, you might see something a little bit different. There is the iconic Burning Blue 172. Quick look down here, watching the temperatures, doing all this taxiing around. The Spit is never one to like to hang around on the ground too much. Actually, if you want a good test of taxiing in a straight line, this is a good location to do it with this narrow taxiway, I have to say. Right, everything's okay here. We're now going to come round. Let's ease the brakes a little bit. Come round here, and let's just hold off here. Just as a precaution, I'm going to have a look. I'm pretty sure I've turned multiplayer and AI off and all that sort of thing. Let's give a 1 notch down trim. Okay. I'm going to use the grass runway, so we'll just come over here and cross the concrete there. We are in a Spitfire after all. You can really get a good idea of how the topography, I think that's the right word, of the airfield is modelled there. You can see that hump. So this is going to be an interesting one, because we don't want to get distracted by the concrete there. So I'm just trying to, I'll just bring her over a little bit more, just so that we've got a bit more of a gap there. Right, let's go. So with these new physics, what we're going to find is that we'll need a bit more right boot. Just getting it a little bit more lined up. I'm still getting used to this new flight model, so your life is in my hands, and I hope you took out the insurance. So stick right back, get some power on. Release, there goes the right rudder, more power. Nose coming down now, bit more power. And we're up, gear up. Right, let's close everything up now so it's a little bit less noisy. Back on the RPM, back on the power touche. Another feature of the update is that it's a little bit more sensitive to stressing the engine temperatures. So here we go. And this kind of really is what Burning Blue is so damn good at, is creating an environment, a complete kind of little world. I've never been here, as I said, but if I did, I think I'd feel at home here. It's a lovely little airfield. Interesting mixture there of the little concrete or tarmac strip and the grass strip. Great for warbirds, GA, and helicopters as well. Really nicely put together. Right, let us head over and go and have a look at Andrews Field, which is another one of their fantastic airfields. It is quite wonderful how bit by bit Burning Blue really are populating Britain, and also let's not forget Martha's Vineyard with some really great pieces of scenery. We will be back soon. That wasn't to you, by the way, that was to Earls Colne. Oh, getting buffeted a little bit. So yeah, this new flight model is rather nice. It's a bit more lively, it's a bit more pitchy. It takes a little bit more to get trimmed out. You have to work a little bit harder at that. We're getting buffeted around here at the moment just a tad. There's Braintree just over there. God, I have to say it is really nice being in the summer. A little bit of stuttering going on. There's Andrews Field down there. Just come over here so I can try and tip the wing a little bit. Just come back round. A little bit too overhead there for you to actually see it properly. There it is. I'll put a link to the video that I did from Andrews Field down below. But it is another beautiful, beautiful little airfield. Right, now we are going to head over for a little bit of history. I have no idea how this is going to look in the sim, I have to say. But we're going to go to the site of what was RAF Wethersfield. I had to put my teeth back in there. Which was predominantly in the Second World War a American bomber base, and then after the war it was an American fighter base. But now it's pretty much disused, I believe. But it's that area of the country where there's just history everywhere. All these disused airfields. It just shows you the concentration of air power that needed to be built up during that period. So again, I don't know. I've never been here. This isn't additional scenery. This is just how Asobo presents it. But you can get a reasonable idea of what it looks like. Got the old dispersals. I think there's a museum here as well, just over there in that block of buildings. This area really is just teeming with aviation history. Right, let's go back to Earls Colne. Quick check of the T's and P's just to make sure everything's okay. We can, of course, have a look. I'm just going to do this in case you're not familiar with the Spit. We have our little tablet here. If we go to workshop, we can see what bits and pieces need doing, where things are possibly getting worn down a little bit. pilot if you want to do some nice screenshots without the pilot in there, and then there's also some other things you can turn back to simplified ground handling if you want. Hide the spinning prop, but this is the bit here. This shows you where you're stressing the engine, and at the moment we're not causing any stress at all. Everything is tickety-boo. Field down there for anyone who's local. Polstead over there, and if I just wang it round this way, there's an official aviation term. Then we'll see Earls Colne again. Honestly, if the weather is rubbish outside and it's the middle of winter, just load in the sim, set it to the summer and fly a Spitfire around. There we go. Gorgeous. Right, let's mess about a bit. There's the golf driving range there with the markers on there. Not being a golfer, I did have to look that up. Things that has happened with the update is the kind of quite loud external noises that you probably just picked up there. I have turned my environmental noises down a bit just to try and cut down on that. I know it's something that FlyingIron are looking at, and I know they'll get it fixed. If there is something they really are good at, it's squashing bugs and doing frequent updates to improve the Spit, which is really great to see. What with this and the Hellcat, they're two cracking warbirds. Another annoying little stutter there, seem to be getting a bit of that these days. Okay, let's bring it down. Enough of this horsing around. Drop the gear. While we're doing that, let's open the canopy, just in case we need to jump out. Let's hope not. Just latching the door there just to keep the canopy from sliding forward. Alright, just watch the speed there a bit. used to them. With that differential braking now, it's very easy to wobble around. There we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed the flight. As promised in the introduction, there is a competition. And no doubt you want to know what that competition is about. Fear not, I'm about to tell you everything, but for the time being, let's concentrate on parking the aeroplane, hey? Get it nice and close for the customers there. Hello. Right. Competition time. Right, so this is how this is going to work. First of all, please check down below in the video description to see if the competition is still open. If it's closed, then I'll put a note in there just to confirm that. I don't want you to waste your time listening to this if the competition has actually already closed. Okay, if the competition's still open, this is what you need to do. You're going to email me the answer to the question to an email address that will appear below in the video description. And the closing date for receiving entries is going to be 1900 Zulu on Tuesday, the 31st of January. That's 1900 Zulu on Tuesday, the 31st of January. After that time, on that day, the competition is closed. The question is, what is the name of the disused RAF base that we visited after we flew over Andrews Field? That's the name of the disused RAF base that we had a quick look at after we'd done the fly past at Andrews Field. Get the answer on an email to the email address below, and I will be picking names out of a hat on Tuesday evening, and I will notify you by email. If you don't get an email, please don't be offended. It means that you haven't won, unfortunately, but I can't possibly reply to every entry. Thanks very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider subscribing to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you on the channel again very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.